Like now?
Yeah.
I'm taping you tape. Don't talk though.
According to the National Alliance for Youth Sports, more than 30 million children participate in a wide range of organized youth sports programs nationwide. Hello, my name is Josh Allen, and in the past 3 years, I've been both a youth basketball coach and a youth football coach in our community. Unfortunately, some of the programs in the United States are resulting in negative experiences for our children, and even violent altercations involving children and adults. There are, however, some very simple steps that can be taken to return youth sports to its rightful place. Youth sports should be a fun experience for children, parents, and coaches alike. Today, I'm going to give you some statistics on the culture of youth sports and then show you as athletes, parents, and coaches what we can do right here in our community to maintain a positive atmosphere for our children. During the years in which most children are typically involved in organized sports, they are learning about themselves physically, psychologically, emotionally, and socially. A study conducted by the Hardiness Research of Wyoming found that by a 2-to-1 ratio for boys and a 3-to-1 ratio for girls, those who participate in sports perform better in school, do not drop out, and are more likely to graduate from college. A survey done by the Women's Sports Foundation found that girls who participate in sports are 80% less likely to have unwanted pregnancies and 92% are less likely to get involved with drugs than those who do not participate in sports. According to Linda Bunker of the University of Virginia, 80% of women identified as key leaders in Fortune 500 companies participated in some sort of sporting event during their childhood. Now, you may be thinking, that's great, but what about the negative aspects of youth sports? What about the violence? What about the coaches yelling at my kids? What about the boy or the girl who sits at the end of the bench and never gets to play? For this, I would compare today's educational systems to that of our sports programs. Ironically, youth sports aren't held to the same high standards as our educational systems. You wouldn't send your child to a school with teachers who aren't properly trained when it comes to teaching children. So why, then, would you send your child into a competitive environment with coaches who haven't been properly trained to coach? Teachers don't boo or yell at a child when he misspells a word in a spelling bee. So then why is it acceptable for coaches to yell at a child when he strikes out or misses a tackle? A few more statistics to consider. According to the Minnesota Amateur Sports Commission, 45.3% of children surveyed said they had been called names, yelled at, or insulted while participating in sports. 21% said that they had been pressured to play with an injury. 17.5% said that they had been hit, kicked, or slapped while participating in sports. 8.2% said that they had been pressured to intentionally harm others while playing sports, and 8% said that they had been called names with sexual connotations while participating in youth sports. So the evidence is clear, right? Problems in youth sports don't lie with the children, it lies with the coaches. Not so fast. In May of 2001, Survey USA polled 500 parents from Indianapolis, Indiana, about violence in youth sports. These were the results. 55% of parents polled said that they have seen other parents engage in verbal disputes at youth sporting events. 21% said they have witnessed a physical altercation between other parents at a youth sporting event. And 73% believe that parents who become physically or verbally abusive during games should be banned from youth sports. So what can we demand from our coaches and ourselves to make youth sports a more positive experience? Throughout the United States, over 2.5 million volunteers fill vital roles as either administrators or coaches for local sports programs. The majority of these individuals are well-meaning and usually have the best intentions for our children. Unfortunately, a large number of these volunteers have never received any sort of professional training in the key areas of their responsibilities. The National Alliance for Youth Sports has developed a 3-step program on raising community standards in children's sports. They are as follows. Step 1, adopting a community philosophy that makes youth sports both safe and positive for children. To do this, local leaders must adopt a resolution that clearly states how youth sports are to be operated in their community. This must include principles aimed at enhancing overall youth sports structure, as well as ensuring that every program is held to the highest standard and conducted in the appropriate manner. Every administrator, coach, and parent must be required to meet the standards set forth in this resolution. Step number 2, appointing a professional youth sports administrator to ensure adherence to this philosophy. The administrator's role will be to demand that coaches and parents alike are properly educated in the best practices of dealing with children in sports. For coaches, this could be as simple as demanding that they take an instructional class, which could either be taken online or in person, that teaches the basics of coaching today's youth. For parents, this could be as simple as an instructional handout that outlines the best practices for attending youth sporting events, problems associated with youth sporting events, and even advice for them on how to make sure that the experience is a positive one for their child. Step number 3, holding everyone associated with this program accountable for their behavior. The administrator should adopt a code of ethics for coaches, parents, and athletes and have a signed agreement stating that this code will be upheld at all times. If at any time this code is broken by a coach, a parent, or one or more athletes, additional training, warnings, suspensions, or even permanent dismissal could result. So now, you may be asking yourself, what do I do when I leave here? It's very simple. You can ask your city commissioners to adopt the resolution as laid out in step 1. I have compiled a list of their names and their email addresses if you'd wish to contact them. You as parents and coaches can take it upon yourselves to take a short, simple class detailing the best practices for coaching youth sports. I have compiled a short list of websites that offer these classes. Some of the websites even offer coaching tips that are sports specific. Finally, as a parent, if your child's athletic program does not currently have an adopted code of ethics, you can develop one and present that to your child's coaches or your program's administrators and even the parents of other children. For this, I've compiled a list of examples that a code of ethics might contain. Please see me after this presentation if you need any of that information. Thank you for attending this presentation, and remember, while winning these is fun, a positive environment for our children to grow and learn is what coaching and parenting is all about. Thank you.